I am going to, so you probably all heard that. So I've covered my legal obligations to notify you of the recording. So first of all, thank you for everyone that joined, that taking your evening to sign on. Anyone that didn't have an opportunity, please feel free to call me with any questions you have. My number will be on here. If you don't have my number, you can look it up on the HOGFL website. Before I do anything, I just want to give recognition to AJ for setting everything up and instigating the ride, as well as Uno for supporting it, helping me plan it, and both of them, AJ and Uno, for helping me to manage the ride and manage the participants. So planning, coordination, support, all that kind of stuff. The goal of the IronHOGbutt ride really is two-part. It's to have fun, and it's to achieve something that we're trying to achieve, so that you can submit your certification, you can be registered in the IronHOGbutt administration, hello Renee, and you can get a patch and a pin and a certificate that says that you were able to accomplish 1,000 miles in under 24 hours. So that's the goal of it. We'll have plenty of time for questions after I get through what I need to get through, which are the basics. If you have questions, interrupt me, level them, and we'll try to get to all of them at the end, but I'm not expecting this to take more than 30 minutes to get through everything. First and foremost, on an IronHOGbutt ride, you need to make sure to be aware of and manage fatigue, because when you're doing 1,000 miles in 24 hours, it's real. It's something you have to prepare for. I personally am taking a vitamin regimen that I do 24 or a week before the ride, so that I can boost my immune, boost my energy, boost my all kinds of stuff. Like, certain things don't need to be boosted, but whatever. You need to prepare for fatigue. If you get tunnel vision in the ride, during the ride, you need to be aware of that. And tunnel vision is bad. So worst case scenario, you stop. You call no joy. You leave the group. You go home. There is nothing worse than getting into an accident on a motorcycle. So it's a long ride. I hope everybody makes it. I hope everybody certifies, but don't pay attention to the signs, pay attention to your body, pay attention to your how things are going. And there's different ways to handle fatigue. Call another rider that's on the ride, one-on-one call. Try not to, we're going to be on comms, and anyone that has cardo can speak to other people on comms, but we don't want to have chit chat going that interrupts anyone else that is on, listening to music or speaking with anyone, or doing what they need to do to stay aware and all that kind of stuff. So if you do want to have a conversation, call a spouse, call a friend. If you want to chat with someone on the ride, use the Cardo Comms system and do a one-on-one intercom solution. There's lots of ways that you can manage fatigue. There's also ways that you can, like I said, I take vitamins. You can use energy drinks or energy gum or things like that, but please try to do that wisely. You don't want to take too much too often. It's hard on the heart. It's hard on you tend to crash, especially when you're looking at this is going to be 16 or 17 hours worth of riding. The other way you can manage fatigue is, please, I recommend everybody wear a full helmet. It helps with wind noise. It helps with protecting yourself if in the event that you have an issue. But when you can minimize the wind noise, it helps for fatigue. We're also going to be maintaining a very consistent, very reasonable speed, which if you go fast, 85 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, that creates stress. It creates all kinds of tension in your body, and that creates fatigue as well. So something to be aware of. And again, just to reiterate, If there's any questions at all, please feel free to direct message me, call me, or raise a question during the call. As far as gear goes, I said it before, I'll say it again. I highly recommend a full face helmet, not only for protection, but it'll help with wind noise. It'll help with all kinds of other things. You want to make sure you bring some type of rain gear and layers because it could rain. Hey, Francisco. It could rain. It could be colder. It could be warmer. You want to make sure that you have rain gear. If you have any kind of shoes or boots that you can pull over your feet if it rains, that's helpful too. As we're riding, if it looks like it's going to rain significantly, I will pull the group over. We will gear up, and you have an opportunity to gear up. If you decide not to gear up, that's fine. That's your choice. A lot of people just ride in the rain, and that's a decision that you need to make. But that is the opportunity to gear up. After that, we ride. And if you decide you want to gear up, you'll be pulling off from the group or making a decision on your own. Other than that, you want to make sure that you pack any kind of riding gear or boots or extra gloves or anything like that in your right-hand side saddlebag so that if and when you pull over to the side of the road, you tip your bike to the left on the kickstand, you get off of your bike away from traffic, and you can get into your gear that's now up higher and more accessible to you. So that's just a note from some of the Hoka riders that I've been with. For supplies, you want to make sure that you have your phone or cardo fully charged out of the gate. When we stop for lunch, which will be about a 45-minute lunch stop, if you have a power bank, charge up your cardo, charge up your headset, charge up your phone, whatever you need to do. 17 hours is a long time, and most headset units will not stomach that kind of a length of time without needing to be charged again. If you have earplugs, that's something that a lot of long distance riders highly recommend and rely upon. It helps protect your ears. It helps protect you from fatigue. They're just a good idea. If you have a power bank, bring your power bank. When we're stopping, there will be a lunch stop, but it'll be a short stop. It'll probably be 45 minutes. For breakfast and dinner, it's going to be short. It's going to be quick. Fire down a burrito, do whatever you need to do. There won't be a long stop because when we're doing an IronHOGbutt ride, it's not about enjoying the scenery and taking your time and taking long stops and walks in the park. We're trying to achieve something. So most of the stops will be 5 or 10 minutes. You get gas. If people need to go to the bathroom, they will. You fire down a little bit of water because hydration is absolutely key. And you have snacks. Look online for the best snacks to bring for yourself and your particular dietary needs. For myself, I like jerky. It lasts forever. Hard-boiled eggs are good. They eat really well. But anything that you can eat quickly and efficiently to give you the protein you need and the energy you need so that you can ride and not have issues. Anything like that is really good to do. And I said hydration before. Please make sure you have a bottle of water. If we're at a stop, buy a bottle of water, throw it in your side bag. Always have something there because if you do decide to exit from the group, if you have a bike problem and you're off to the side of the road and you're safe, you want to make sure you have a little something to eat, a little something to drink. You want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. There are lots of things that you can do with 5-Hour Energy, lots of things you can do with energy gum. I like Rev gum because it makes me feel good about myself. But don't take that early. Don't take that often. Don't abuse that kind of thing. Use it as needed. And again, if you're really feeling tunnel vision, really feeling tired, just make sure you do the smart thing and stop because stopping and being safe is more important than anything. Safety as a hog group is our number one concern. We want to make sure that we do everything we can to ride safe. We're going to ride like we normally do in staggered formation, all that kind of stuff, but we're going to be a lot more lax about it. If there's more space between you and the next rider, that's fine. Our cardo comms go quite a distance, and that's not an issue there. Um, I like to have reflectors, so I'm going to be wearing my long distance riding gear. It has reflective gear on it. You can buy inexpensive wristbands and ankle bands that are high contrast and things like that. From a safety perspective, we are not going to be doing any kind of aggressive riding at all. We're going to maintain a speed that's very close to the speed limit, maybe a little over if we need to pass, but if we're consistent with the speeds, we'll make the time in no problem at all. From a safety perspective, please check and see what kind of roadside assistance and towing packages you have. If you break down and have an issue, you want to make sure that you can get taken care of. A lot of people have Google sharing that they can share with their loved ones, or Life 360, or different things like that. Some people may be using Spotwalla, and we'll talk about documentation in a second, but make sure that you have a way to communicate with other people and get taken care of if in the event that you have a breakdown or anything like that.
We can also or just share our location with Google Maps. That's really easy to do.
Google
So
Maps and Life 360 are the great sharing options. Yeah. And we might want to just do that when we start off
yeah, I think so.
and have
And
that.
where are we starting off?
Oh yeah, we'll just say that now. Instead of starting at Alligator Alley, I think we're going to start at the Shell station at 136th and Sunrise. It's right down 136 from Alligator Alley, Harley Davidson, and it's a gas station. So we can all rally there. We can get ready to go. We can grab any last minute snacks that we want, gas up, and that'll be our first stop for documentation. And it'll be our last stop for documentation, unless you know that you're going to make your 1,000 miles and you've got, further to ride than that stop. But thank you, AJ. That was important. The last thing about Safeway that I just want to say is make sure you don't make any major changes between now and the ride. Don't make some enhancements or go with a different diet plan or anything that you're unfamiliar with. Go with what you know. The less changes you have, the more familiar you are with your bike and its equipment and your routine, the better. Anything else before documentation?
So I'm just looking up the gas station. I'm going to put it in the calendar so people can find it from there. But the
Thank
whole
you.
idea is that you need to get so you don't need to fill up the night before. Fill up at the gas station, get your receipt and your odometer, because what you're going to be doing all the way through is getting your odometer and your receipt for fill ups, and you'll take a photo of both of those things together, and that is what if you're going to do the IronHOGbutt certification, that's what they need. So
Right.
that's why it's good to start somewhere, fill up with gas, get the receipt, get the odometer set, to on your regular odometer, and then we're ready to roll. And then we'll keep
Right.
doing that. So that's why at the end, it's also really important. If you want to get your 1,000 miles in, you have to do the last one as well. Those are the first and the last are the most important, but the rest is to show what route we took and to validate that we actually did the 1,000 miles.
Just
Yep.
got a question.
Mhm.
Yes, the Shell station is over there by the Alligator Alley, right? Nearby.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's not the one right by Alligator Alley.
So what is
The,
the address? Do you know it?
we're going to start at the one that's at 13605 Sunrise Boulevard. So it's at the corner of Sunrise and 136th.
okay. The question that I have is because since I'm leaving from Boynton Beach, I gonna at what time are we meeting there so I can
4 a.m. Well,
4
we have
a.m.
kickstand. Are we kickstands up at 4 a.m. or are we meeting
Kick
for?
stands up at 4 a.m. So I would get there at, 3:30, 3:45, whatever you need to get gas, maybe buy a bottle of water, throw it in your side bag, anything you need.
Okay, so since I'm leaving from Boynton Beach to go south, I just get stop over here and take my photo and meet you guys over there.
You
So
can. You can do that, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yep, that'll just give you some extra miles. That'll
So
be that'll be easy for you. And then when you come home, you can stop in Boynton instead of coming all the way back down south to Alligator Alley, Harley Davidson.
All right. Great.
so plan to be there by about 3:30
Okay.
a.m. at
That's
this.
what I would
I've
say.
just yeah, I've just updated the calendar. But and if we need to do anything else, I can just update it again.
Okay.
But I
So
think it's going to be
per
7.
per per what AJ said, we for documentation, you have to get your starting mileage and you have to get your ending mileage. And the way you do that is at every gas stop, which is you have a gas up at the very beginning, and that means you take a picture of the gas receipt next to your odometer. You have one picture that has both of those. And at every single gas stop, you take a picture of your receipt and your odometer. The receipt shows where you did it, when you did it, what city you were in, all of that thing, so that the Iron Butt Association can determine how fast you were going and how far you went in what period of time and what number of days. If they determine that you were going too fast and you just decided to go at 150 miles an hour and get it all done in 10 hours, they will disqualify you. So they need to know that you were following reasonably posted speed limits. So you want that start and end gas receipts at every fill up, and the photos of that receipt right next to your odometer. And we can do that when we get there. We'll reiterate that. And at every gas stop, I'm going to mention that again. So that'll make sure that we get certified if we need to. And for those people that want to, and I may try it, there's an application called Spotwalla that a lot of the Hoka hay riders use that allows you to track your mileage and track all that. But regardless of whether it's Spotwalla or a piece of paper or whatever, you want to take a picture of your receipt with next to your odometer, and then you take that receipt and you put it someplace very safe where you won't lose it. And at the end of the day, when you submit everything to the Iron Butt Association, you keep your personal receipts. You take photocopies and you submit everything and Spotwalla or whatever. And then if there's ever a question, you have your receipts to fall back on.
And for Spotwalla, do it now because you need to register your account online with it's easier on a computer. Then you
Yeah.
can download an app which is not called Spotwalla, it's called SW Tracker. So it's
Actually,
kind of annoying.
yeah, the Spotwalla tracker is
Yeah,
the
it's called
app.
SW Tracker. So if you're looking for the Spotwalla app, it's actually called SW Tracker. And once you get those two things, then you have to go into the app and connect it to your online account.
Yep.
So that's why it's better to do all this before when you're at home and where it's easy to do it. And then once you've done that on the trip, once you start the trip, you just press track and off you go.
Yep.
So
But even if Spotwalla doesn't work or as long as you have the photographs,
exactly.
everything else is negotiable.
And if you've got more questions about the whole process of the Iron Butt, go to the Iron Butt Association. They have a really good website. There's lots of information, and you can also see what patches you can get when you finish your ride and how you have to submit and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So if you're interested
Yep.
in that part of it.
From a planning perspective, by the way, just so that everybody knows, each of our stops will be 10 minutes maximum. If we can roll into a gas station and get out of there in 5 minutes, we'll do it. If it takes 10 minutes, that's fine. We're not going to be uh, um, military or anything about this because whether we're back in 16 hours or 15 and a half or 16 and we'll be back within 24 hours easy. My goal is to get out of there, kickstands up at 4 a.m. and be back by 10 if possible that night. I'm thinking worst case scenario, we'll get back by 11.
Yeah.
That's just my goal. But most of the stops will be 10 minutes or so. There is one stop right after we eat that will be a gas stop. That one will be a gas and go. People are just going to gas up, stage up, and off we go. That'll be a 3 or 4 minute thing. Lunch is about 45 minutes or so, and then breakfast and dinner will be brief. They may be, 15 minutes, they may be 20 minutes, they may be 10 minutes. If people have their own snacks and they don't want to get something that's great, the stops are planned at major gas stops like a Love's travel station or whatever. They may have a Hardee's They may have, things that you can buy like burritos but again, it's going to be quick and it's going to be getting us home so that we can all achieve the Saddle Sore 1000 achievement through the Iron Butt certification.
But that's not to say that we're going to make everyone stay in pain. I mean, if you want to stop and you need an extra couple of minutes, it's fine. If there's a line at the bathroom, it's fine. So don't get stressed about the timing. We're looking at best case scenario timing. But if you need to just stretch out a cramp or you need to change it, and I recommend bringing more than one pair of gloves because sometimes the gloves after a while you start getting like a blister in one spot or whatever. It's a really good idea to change gloves and keep an eye on the weather because it's looking to get really cold. So be prepared for cold, cold weather. There's a
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I looked at that too, AJ, and I think by Saturday it's going to be in the mid 70s. It'll be really comfortable almost all the
oh
way,
good.
even up
Okay.
to Georgia.
Just be prepared.
Tomorrow,
Yeah, it's
tomorrow, if you're
weird.
going to ride or go up to Georgia, you better bundle up.
Yeah. But the weather's not predictable, so just be prepared.
Yeah.
And if we need to, and we're going to be on comms. So if
Yep.
people saying like, I really need to stop right now, then we'll stop. Not a problem. So
Right.
it's not like it's, absolutely set in stone and you can't do anything else because it's supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be fun.
Right. And if someone does need to stop or they break down or they just can't go on, we will have one of the road captains stop, make sure you're safe, make sure you're taken care of, make sure you have towing, make sure you're totally taken care of. And then, to AJ's point, we want to make sure that everyone has fun, that everyone makes the achievement, and that everyone's safe.
Hmm.
Above and beyond that, the more people we have, the more opportunity there is for issues, slowdowns, delays, whatever, and we will just get through it as best we can, and we'll get home in one piece.
Yeah.
That is a win. Any questions? Okay.
Okay, yeah. Wait.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. My question: the routes. Do we have the route set up?
We do, and that is on the HogFL website. There should be a link to that route.
Not that I can see.
Okay, if it's not there, it will be tonight.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
far it's just the Zoom.
The route, I can just tell you. The route is very simple. We're going to go out 75 along the western coast. We're going to go all the way up, following the highway up to Tifton, Georgia. Once we get there and we have lunch, we're going to come back down a short period that's the same, and then go over to 95 and follow the eastern coast all the way back down 95 home. So it's all highway because that's the way you do an iron butt in time. It's not side roads. That's a whole different story. Anything else?
So
So
I've got
we'll,
I've
oh,
updated the Shell. It's a Shell gas station with the address and the kickstands up at 4. Meet up at 3 by 3:30. Let me know if there's any other details that I'm missing, but that's in the calendar update now.
yeah, we'll want to make sure and send
But we,
out
we
an
don't have to remind.
email follow-up to the entire chapter with this recording, which I'll send to you, AJ. And then we'll reiterate in bold. We're meeting at that Shell station. It's a 4 o'clock kickstands up, so they want to get there at 3:45 at the absolute latest.
No, 3:30. Just say 3:30.
Yeah.
Let's not confuse things because then we can
Yeah.
chat and work out how we want to do stuff and where we want to be in the group and that sort of thing. People can talk about their preferences, where they'd like to be in the pack, and that's
Okay. Good.
so we have a
Good,
bit of
good.
time to just get used to the whole thing.
Yep.
And I strongly suggest you pack the night before.
Yep.
Firstly because you'll be tired and makes an easy start in the morning, but it'll give you time to forget and then remember things that you want to pack. So a charger is absolutely vital because you will not make it on comms all the way without a charger.
You know what? I'll send you my checklist, AJ, and when you send out
Cool.
the email follow-up, why don't we do just a generic checklist? If anyone wants to add things, take things away, I've got a checklist already put together.
Yeah, but the best thing to do is pack the night before and start packing now. Put a bag somewhere so you can just start throwing things in it. And as you sort of think about it during the week, you'll have more time to just work out exactly what you want.
Yep.
Snacks are good, drinks are good, obviously will be gas stations so you can buy stuff as well, but yeah, there may be stuff you can't buy at a gas station that you like.
Yep. Each of the gas stations we're going to stop at should be multiple pump stations, and they should have a convenience store, and we should have, they should be reasonable.
Are we stopping at a Buc-ee's?
No, not this time.
The humor.
Any other questions? Okay. Well, with that, I just appreciate everybody's time and energy. Again, please feel free to email me, call me if you have any questions at all, and I'm happy to answer those. And looking forward to it. If anything else comes up, we'll email out the chapter ahead of time. But other than that, I hope I see everyone there Saturday at 3:30.
30. You're sending the address, you said, right? It's on the calendar.
It's in the calendar now. Yeah, it's 13605 West Sunrise. It's a shell. So it's
Yep.
the details there now. But the route plan is not, but we'll get that done. One of us will add
Yep.
it in.
All right. Thank
Right.
you, everybody. Have a good rest of your night, and
See you Saturday.
yeah.
Right.
See you Saturday. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.